and welcome. This is a video where I talk about just my month and the things that I liked and the things that I did. And this month that we're talking about is June, because that is what just recently happened. And let's get started. I usually always start with my favorite moments, and so that is again what I'm going to be starting with, my favorite moments of the month. And I actually have a pretty good amount of favorite moments. There are 3 dinners that I want to talk about. First dinner actually happened on June 1st, the very first day of June. I was so exhausted coming home from work. I immediately took a nap. I was so tired. And my roommate kind of asked me, she's like, hey, would you like to go join me and my friends for a dinner? And I was like on the fence of going or not, because I had just woken up from my nap and I was still so exhausted. But I was like, Ellen, you gotta go out and do things and this could be fun. So I decided to go, but I was like, listen, I will only go if we don't stay super long, because I don't want to stay out too late. I want to get to bed. And thankfully my roommate was like, no, I feel the same exact way. I don't want to stay out super late. I decided to go, and it ended up turning out to be a really fun time. I like her friends. I like the place we went to. It was a place in Long Beach, and I've never been to Long Beach. We ended up staying super late. Mainly I thought one of her friends was cute, so I decided to stay later than planned. And then the second dinner actually happened the next day. My cousin Tori, as you all know, we ended up going out to dinner because it was her birthday recently, and so I wanted to take her out to dinner to celebrate her birthday. So that was what we did, and we went to the place that she took me the very first day I arrived in Los Angeles. And it's a place called The Alcove, and I love that restaurant. And I hadn't been there since the very first day that I spent in Los Angeles. And when I went there the second time, I forgot how much I love it. So I need to go to this place super often, because even just the staff working there is super nice and so fun. I mean, they let us have 2 free desserts. Like, I will say, the guy who rang us up, he was a Dallas Cowboys fan, so we kind of did like a back and forth with him. It was so funny. It was a really fun time, and I really love that restaurant. I need to go back there. And then the third dinner I want to talk about, I think happened a few days after that. My best friend from high school, DJ, or one of my best friends from high school, DJ, his sister was visiting Los Angeles, and I had seen her, been around with her a few times, not too much, but I was like, this is DJ's little sister. I gotta show her around Los Angeles. I didn't show her around Los Angeles, but we did go to dinner together. I did take her out to dinner, and we went to a place that I really like as well, the Bungalow, which I didn't realize did food. I thought they just did drinks, but they do food as well. So we had some dinner there, and then we just kind of hung out, talked, drank some wine, some beer, that kind of stuff, and it was a really fun time. We ended up staying there, I want to say, till midnight. And then my next favorite moment does not involve dinner at all. It involves a movie, and that is the Tag movie premiere. My friend CJ, who I know from college, he is kind of like my movie go-to person. Like, if I'm ever going to see a movie, or if he's ever going to see a movie, mainly like a movie where we get early screening passes, we always take each other, and we always talk about movies with each other. Like, he's my movie guy, and he got early movie passes to see the movie Tag, and it was like, hey, do you want to come? And I was like, yes, I do, thank you. And it was fun. We even got the theater, or whoever was in charge of the early screening, I think it was actually College Humor that was in charge of it, they gave us free popcorn and free soda, so that was really fun as well. I really like going to these early screenings. It's always great to see him too, so I need to see him some more. And then my last favorite moment was the Ally and AJ concert. Now, Ally and AJ were Disney Channel stars when I was in middle school, a little bit of high school. No, I think it was mainly just end of elementary school and middle school is when they were on Disney Channel, and I loved them, and I liked their music, and I liked the movies and the TV shows that they were on, and it's still true to this day. They recently came out with an album. They hadn't come out with an album in 10 years, so they recently came out with an album and decided to do a tour for it. So as soon as I found that out, I was like, hells yes, I am going to this. And I do watch their TV shows as well and very much enjoy them. Allie is on iZombie and AJ is on the Goldbergs, and it's, I don't know, I really like these two. They seem so genuine and so nice, and they're very talented, and I just love them so very much. And their show was so good. I was supposed to go with Kara and Hannah, but they both had to cancel, unfortunately, so I ended up being at a concert by myself, and it was very weird, but once they started performing, I didn't care because they were just so good. And they played mainly their newer stuff that I didn't know too well, but they did play a couple of oldies like Potential Breakup Song, Rush, My Favorite Chemicals React. Anyway, yeah, so it was a really fun time, and I love that they had Jeff Garlin open, who is a comedian. He is also on the Goldbergs. He did like a little 5-minute comedy stand-up, and it was just great. I loved that. I've never seen that at a concert before, so it was really cool. Now let's go on to favorite things. I know lately I haven't been having a lot of favorite things in my wrap-ups. I do have a pretty decent amount of favorite things this month, though. I've got 4. The first being something from my favorite restaurant, The Alcove, which I have talked about in my favorite moments, and those are their deviled eggs. I like deviled eggs. I do like deviled eggs. And I don't know why, but when I was looking at their menu and I saw deviled eggs, I immediately was like, I'm in the mood for deviled eggs. I must have deviled eggs. So I decided to get that as the appetizer, shared it with Tori, and these were the best deviled eggs I've ever eaten in my entire life. I even specifically, once we were done our meal, went over to the counter and I was like, I would like some deviled eggs to go because I would like to eat these tomorrow as well. Like, I'm still dreaming about their deviled eggs, to be honest. They were so good. This is just a picture of like normal deviled eggs. I couldn't find a picture of like the actual restaurant's deviled eggs, so I'm sorry I can't show you what their deviled eggs were like. Their deviled eggs also had like fried onions on it. It was so good. So good. If you're ever in Los Angeles and I take you to this restaurant, we are getting the deviled eggs because they're the best. My next favorite thing is this t-shirt. I wore this t-shirt actually in my last video, the Unhaul Challenge, but I've been wearing this t-shirt almost every single day in the month of June. But I mean, as you know, Stranger Things is one of my favorite TV shows. I love it so much. And so I have been wanting to have like a Stranger Things t-shirt. I don't know why. I just did. And I've been wanting it for like a couple months now, but every time I would go to the store and see a Stranger Things t-shirt, it wasn't either the style that I wanted or the design. Just, I don't know, I just couldn't seem to find one I really liked. And then I saw this one at Target, and I really liked the style of it, and I liked the shirt in general. Don't ask me why, I just did. I also really like these sleeves. I like the lines on it. I am just trying to sound like a fashionista, and I'm not. But yeah, so I really love this t-shirt, and I can't wait to wear it again. My next favorite thing is the donut cake pops at Starbucks. Okay, so I do enjoy the cake pops at Starbucks. They're very good, but we recently came out with the donut cake pop, which I know is here for a limited time. Don't know how long of a limited time that is, but the donut cake pop is my favorite cake pop at Starbucks for sure. It's also one of my favorite things. I can't explain to you the taste except that it tastes like a donut. It tastes like a donut. And then my last favorite thing are bullet journal videos on YouTube. I can't remember how I found out about bullet journaling, but I was watching a video on bullet journaling, and then I just like kept finding other videos of people creating their bullet journals and flipping through their bullet journals, and I honestly got obsessed to the point where I literally spent an entire day, like I had no work that day, but there were some things I wanted to get done, and I didn't get anything done because all I did all day was watch bullet journal videos. It has inspired me to create my own bullet journal, so I have. That will probably be for next month though, because I didn't start it until July. But yeah, so watching bullet journal videos and people creating their bullet journals was just, I don't know, it was just so satisfying and so relaxing to watch. Now, because I was watching so many bullet journal videos on YouTube, I did not watch a lot of TV. So I actually don't have a lot of TV shows to talk to you about. I only have 2. And one of them I've only watched 1 episode because I haven't been wanting to watch any of the other episodes. And that TV show is Running Wild with Bear Grylls. I have been watching this show for a while. This season, I believe, is its 4th season. And this is one of those shows where you don't necessarily have to watch every single episode. You can just watch the episodes that you want to watch. So basically, Bear Grylls is a survival guy. He had a big show on Discovery Channel? I can't remember. It was a great show. He has so many shows, actually. I think it's more than just one, but he is a very well-known survival guy. Like, that's his thing. He just teaches people how to survive in the wild. And he does this show, Running Wild with Bear Grylls, where each episode, he takes a celebrity out into the wild and they have to survive together. I really enjoy it. And I remember, I think the very first episode of the first season was Zac Efron, which is what really hooked me. And so now I just kind of watch whatever celebrities I want to watch. And so far this season, there's only been one I've wanted to watch, and that was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But I really did enjoy that episode. I learned so much about Joseph Gordon-Levitt that I did not know. So I like that the show goes much deeper than just like surviving out in the wild. We actually do learn about the celebrities in like a very deep and personal way. And then the second show I want to talk about, I'm not sure if I want to talk about it this month or next month, but I'll probably do both. I'll talk about it in this month, but I'll also talk about it next month. But it's a show that I've never heard of, but it's on Freeform, and it's called Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings. And that's essentially what it is. You follow the weddings of these people who have their weddings at Disneyland or Disney World. Yeah, but the reason I found out about it is because a friend of mine is actually on the show. She got married, I want to say in January or February of this month, or this year, and I'm so freaking happy for her. I have met her husband now a few times, and he's really great. This show, I mean, it's fine. I'm just watching it. I'm waiting for like her episode, and I think once her episode happens, I'll probably stop watching it. I don't know. Her episode hasn't happened yet, but hopefully it'll happen soon. It should be. But I can't wait to see her wedding and all the surprises that are going to come with it, because it does look like there's a surprise that happens. Those are all the TV shows that I want to talk about. I haven't been watching a lot of TV this month. I don't know why. Like, I am so behind on my TV shows that I have been watching lately. Like, I think I'm 3 weeks behind on my current TV shows. So the last part of this video is my favorite song of the month. And since we had talked about my concert going for Aly and AJ, that was a weird phrase of that sentence. I felt like I needed it to be an Aly and AJ song because I was listening to a lot of Aly and AJ before the concert, and even after the concert was still listening to a lot of Aly and AJ. So I've decided I was going to choose one of their old songs that's like my favorite, but I decided I wanted to choose one of their newer songs from their new EP. The one that I think I like the most of their newer songs is The Distance. I also really enjoy their new sound. Like, their sound 10 years ago was very much Disney pop, and yes, I liked it a lot. But now it's very like hipster is the way to describe it. The Distance, I really love the tune of it. I like the words. I've just really enjoyed this song overall. It's definitely one of my favorites. I also really like their new song Good Love too, but we're just gonna focus on The Distance for this one. I'm really enjoying this song and enjoying this album as a whole too, and just enjoying them as people. So yeah, that is essentially my month. Not too much happened. July should be hopefully better. I can't wait to see you guys again with another video. Please go also check out my reading wrap up and my movie wrap up for this month, because there are some goodies in those videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye!